Hello, I'm Jill at engVid.com, and today's lesson is on the 4 conditional tenses. Okay, so you may already be familiar with this: the zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, third conditional. Okay, and they all have a slightly different way of being constructed, the way you put them together with different tenses. Okay, so let's just run through them, and hopefully, as you can see all 4 on the board together, you can see the differences between them. Okay, so let's look at the zero conditional, which is the simplest one really, and this is for statements which are true in general. They're generally true. So, for example, the TV comes on if you press the button. Press the button either on the TV or on the remote, and the TV comes on. So, and also the word if is used in all of these conditionals. If is the sort of pivotal word. If you do something, then something else will happen, that sort of thing. So the TV comes on if you press the button, and you can put if either in the middle of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. So you could also say, if you press the button, the TV comes on. It doesn't usually matter which order you put them in. So here's another example. If you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. The water boils. If you heat water. Okay? So these sentences are made up of 2 clauses. There's the if clause, and there's the main clause. The main clause there is the TV comes on. And then the if clause, which is also called a subordinate clause, comes there if you press the button. This one, we start with the if clause. If you heat water to 100 degrees centigrade. And then the main clause, it boils. The water boils. That's the main clause. So the sentences are made up of 2 clauses joined together with if somehow, whether it's at the beginning or in the middle. And for both clauses, you use the present simple tense. It boils, you heat, you press, the TV comes on. That's all present simple tense for zero conditional. Okay, so that's very simple. Things that are true in general. Right, so let's move on to the first conditional. And these are things which are sort of real things in real life, things which are possible, things that you feel are possible. So, if I see her, I will tell her. If you see your friend, you have something to tell her. So if I see her, I will tell her. So again, we have if, and I see is present simple. And then I will, because this is possible, it's not happening now, it could happen in the future. If I see her, maybe later today or tomorrow, I will tell her. So then will, you're using the future there. So will plus the verb, I will tell her. That's the future. Okay. So it's present simple for the if clause and future for the main clause. I will tell her if I see her. You can say it that way round. Okay, and then another one. I will go shopping on the way home if I have time. Okay, so maybe you're going out to work and then you're coming home from work, and if I have time on the way home from work, I will go shopping. Okay, so I will, future, main clause. If I have time, I have, present simple. Okay, so that is a kind of intention. You're saying, yes, I will do that if I have time. So it's a real situation. It's something that's quite possible, the first conditional. Okay. And then we're getting further and further away now with the second conditional to what's possible, because this second conditional is if it's impossible or unlikely. So if something is likely to happen, it will probably happen. And if something is unlikely, that's the negative prefix, that's unlikely. So that's not probably going to happen. So it's either impossible or probably not going to happen, unlikely. So second conditional. So let's have a look at the examples here. So we still have if. If I won a lot of money, I would buy a big house. And again, you can turn it round. I would buy a big house if I won a lot of money. It doesn't matter which way round you put it, it means the same. And here, if I had his number, I would call him. But it means I don't have his number, so I can't call him. So if I had his number, I would call him, but I've no idea what his number is or how to get his number. Okay, so the tenses here are the past simple. If I won, that's the past tense of to win, to win. So if I won a lot of money, that's the past simple. I would buy, so it's would plus the verb, would buy a big house. Okay? So the if clause has the past simple, the main clause has would plus the verb, the base verb, to buy. Okay? And then if I had his number, past simple, I had, the verb to have, past tense, had. So if I had his number, I would call him. So would plus the base verb to call, I would call him if I had his number. It's a bit strange to use the past tense because these are things that could never happen, possibly. They might never happen. So it might seem strange to use the past tense for that, but that's just the way that the grammar works. Okay. Right, so we've got further and further away from reality and possibility. And then finally, with the third conditional, the last one, this is where it's too late to do anything. Something happened in the past. You could have done something, but you have missed the opportunity and you can't do it now. It's too late. Too late now. Okay, so let's have a look at the examples. I would have lost weight. If you're on a diet, you're trying to lose some weight. I would have lost weight if I hadn't eaten so much. It's fairly obvious. If you keep eating and you're on a diet, you're never going to lose any weight. So it's an obvious statement but it's the third conditional. It's too late now to lose. Of course, in the future, you can try again, you can keep trying, but at this point in time, you have not lost weight on your diet because you have just been eating a lot. So I would have lost weight if I had not eaten so much. And then this example, if again. If I had gone to bed earlier, I would have woken up in time to catch the train. Okay, so we've got some quite complex tenses going on there. So let's have a look. So we've got the past perfect. So with the if clause, no, not with the if clause. Yes, the past perfect, yes. If I had not eaten is the past perfect. Sorry, I get confused myself. If I had not eaten. So had plus eaten is the past perfect. If you say I have eaten, that's the present perfect. Okay, but this is the past perfect. I had not eaten. So that's the past perfect with the if clause. Okay, and then the other part, the main clause, has would have plus the past participle. So I would have lost. Would have, and then lost is the past participle of the verb to lose. Okay. Right, and then the second example, if I had gone, past perfect, if you say I have gone with the V in have, I have gone, that's the present perfect. If you have the past perfect, it's had gone, past perfect. If I had gone to bed earlier, I would have woken up. So to wake, the verb to wake, when you wake up in the morning, if the alarm clock goes, or you just wake up naturally, I would have woken up in time to catch the train. So that's the most complex construction, the third conditional. But it's quite a complex idea as well, that you missed an opportunity. If I had gone to bed earlier, I would have had more sleep and it would have been easier to wake up, and then I could get up and get out and catch the train. Okay, so I hope that helps to show how these four conditionals work. And then in the second part of the lesson, I have a little test for you to fill in some gaps. Okay, so let's have a look at some sentences with some gaps in them, and let's see which conditionals fit in those gaps. So we have 4 sentences. There are 4 conditional tenses, so one of those goes in each. So let's have a look at the sentences first, and then we'll go back over it. So here's the first one. If you didn't smoke cigarettes, if you didn't smoke, you feel a lot better. Okay? And then the next one. If it's sunny tomorrow, we go to the beach. Right. Next one. If she had gone to university, she found a really good job. Okay. And then finally, if it snows, travelling, more difficult. And a form of the verb to be goes in that gap. Okay, so let's have a look then. So that you can probably see immediately they're not in this order. I have deliberately put them in a different order so that you don't know which one is which. Okay, so let's have a look. If you didn't smoke, you feel a lot better. So this is someone who does smoke, and you're giving them advice. What would it be like if they didn't smoke? Okay, if you didn't smoke, so what's the missing word here? And which conditional is it? Okay, so it's would. You would feel a lot better. So that's quite a move away from the reality of the situation. It's a theoretical idea. For someone who does smoke now, if they stopped smoking, that's possible, but what are the chances of someone stopping smoking? Okay, so if you didn't smoke, you would feel a lot better. So which conditional do you think that is? So it's the second. That's the second conditional, using did, past tense, past simple, and then would plus a verb, would feel. Okay. Right. Next one. If it's sunny tomorrow, we go to the beach. So tomorrow is in the future. So there's a clue. If it's sunny tomorrow, what's the future tense? What's the verb you always use with the future, the auxiliary verb? We will. Okay, so the future tense, we will go to the beach. If it is, so present simple there, but it's about the future. If it is sunny tomorrow, we will go to the beach. So do you remember which? It's not two, obviously. Which of the remaining ones would you say that is? Is it 0 or 1 or 3? Okay, so it's 1. It's the first conditional. Okay. Right, moving on. If she had gone to university, she found a really good job. So that's quite a complex construction. If she had gone. So had gone is past perfect. Okay. She, So this means she didn't go to university. So she probably hasn't found a good job. So does that mean it's too late now? Is it the one where it's too late? So if she had gone to university, do you remember what to put here? She would have. She would have found a really good job if she had gone to university. So, in a way, it's never too late to go to university, within reason, but it's too late for her at the moment. So, okay, so that's the most complicated one, the third. the third conditional. So finally then, the last one, and this is the simplest one. If it snows, snows, present simple, travelling, more difficult. And this is the verb to be here, travelling. You're saying travelling, more difficult in the present simple of the verb to be. Travelling is. So travelling is more difficult if it snows, which is a general, usually true statement. That is usually the case. It's generally true. So we only have one conditional left, the zero. So that's the zero conditional at the end there. Okay, so I hope that's been a useful overview of the 4 conditional tenses and clarified how to construct them. So if you'd like to go to the website engvid.com, there's a quiz there where you can test out your knowledge further. And thank you very much for watching, and see you again soon. Bye for now.